The war in Ukraine enters the 67th day. My colleague Geeta Mohan is right there reporting from the war zone, getting you the latest updates from the war zone. The latest is on Ukrainians still managing the Zaporizhzhia power plant. Here is a look at her report.
This is a world exclusive. India today is at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Energodar. This now is under Russian control. There are two reactors that are operational here in Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This is the largest in Europe and sixth largest in the world. So very important critical infrastructure now under the control of Russia. We do not really know whether if Russia is going to hand it over back to the Ukrainian side, but what we're told is that in the reactors inside, there were reports that there were damages to the first reactor. But as we see when we were entering the reactor, the plant, the reactors have been untouched. It's the training facility right at the gate, at the entrance of the plant that came under attack in the crossfire, and the damage is quite visible. But over here, when we see the plant, there isn't any damage, which clearly shows that the attack and the crossfire did not take place within the facility, and the facility is secure. We are also told that even now the reactors are being operational and being operated by the Ukrainian professionals and who were a part of this entire facility. They have not left. They're still there. They're still working inside. We'll be going inside and showing you exactly how the two reactors over here of the 6 blocks that we see are operating. Video journalist Zaporizhzhia at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Energodar. Geeta Mohan for India Today. This is one of the most sensitive sites when it comes to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia is in control of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. But should there be a fight to reclaim this territory, this area, this sensitive area could pose severe threat not just to Ukraine but also to Russia. Therefore, the Russians now are completely have taken control of the power plant, but the machinations and the workings and the functioning is still under Ukrainian control. How they're going to really manage and balance this is something we'll have to wait and see. There are reports that Rosatom certainly will be sending its own officials to take over the plant. When that happens is something we'll have to wait and see. We came from the other side, and if Satya can show us, the entrance is where a training center was completely caught under fire and was destroyed. But apart from that destruction, all through the stretch that we entered, the main gate up till now, this is block 1 and block 2, we've not seen any destruction. We'll again have to wait and see what happens when we go inside. But right now, the buildings over here do not show any signs of any destruction or any signs of fight, gun battle, shelling that could have taken place over here. So a very sensitive area being handled rather sensitively by both sides. There has been no crossfire, shelling or fight over here, and one only hopes that it remains this way, whether if Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant remains with Ukraine or goes to Russia. The fact that it is sensitive and it could pose great and grave danger is the most important point over here. With video journalist Zaporizhzhia at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Geeta Mohan for India Today. I'm being joined by Mr. Andrei Shevchik, who is the head of the administration here in Energodar, appointed by Russia after Russia took control. My first question to you, sir, what's the extent of damage or around the plant, or has there been any damage inside the plant?
Какой уровень ущерба нанесли во время захвата, и есть ли что-то повреждено внутри станции?
Внутри нет. Единственное повреждение вы видели, когда проезжали, это учебные корпуса. А здесь даже, вот смотрите, ну вот если были какие-то, вот нету ни отбитой плитки. Самый главный показатель — это отбитые пули, дыры или что-то. Вот как мрамор стоял здесь 15 лет, так он и стоит. Внутри станции повреждений никаких нету, ни на блоках, нигде.
So inside the plant there is no damage. Only damage you've seen is at the entrance, where is the teaching building. Yes, that's all we have.
Okay. Are Rosatom officials here and who is in control and managing and functioning, operating the reactors?
Присутствуют ли на территории станции представители Росатома и кто занимается управлением и контролем станции?
Контрольным управлением атомной станции являются официальные лица. Это генеральный директор, главный инженер, которые были поставлены прошлой властью. Они работают. И вся администрация работает властью, поставленной бывшей. Это украинские полностью работники.
The control of the station is performed by person who were set here by the Ukrainian authorities as before, so it's fully functioning. The Rosatom personnel is only performing technical support. He said that the international organizations are working as before according to international protocols, and the threat to the station is there. Not long ago, Ukrainian forces sent kamikaze BP UAVs to the administration building of the city and to the plant itself, but the professional actions of Russian National Guard prevented it, and he believes that they will do it in future.
Okay.
As the Russia-Ukraine war has entered the 68th day, Ukrainian President Zelensky has urged the Russian soldiers to stop fighting in Ukraine, saying that even their generals feared that most of them would die. Take a look at this report that is coming in from Mariupol.
Russia-Ukraine war raging for over 2 months. Russia carried out missile strikes across southern and eastern Ukraine on Saturday. But despite raging fighting, a small batch of women and children were evacuated from the Azovstal steel plant in the besieged city of Mariupol. The evacuated civilians are among hundreds who are holed up in the plant for months now.
We see tankers coming in, and every day people over here coming, standing in queues with their buckets, with their canisters, big bottles, all of that only to fill the waters. This is the most difficult situation when you're faced in, you're in the midst of conflict, that supplies become scarce, and water, certainly one of the most important and basic necessities, is absolutely scarce here in Mariupol.
Amid this ongoing carnage, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged Russian soldiers not to fight in Ukraine, saying even their generals expected that thousands of them could die.
The Russian commanders are lying to their soldiers when they tell them they can expect to be held seriously responsible for refusing to fight. The Russian army is preparing additional refrigerator trucks for storing the bodies. They don't tell them about the new losses the generals expect. Every Russian soldier can still save his own life. It's better for you to survive in Russia than to perish on our land.
Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov asked NATO countries to stop supplying weapons to Ukraine. Can the world end the siege of Mariupol before it is too late for those still trapped? With Geeta Mohan in Mariupol, Bureau Report, India Today.